All right, this is a quick review of 6.4, 6.5, and 6.6. 6.4 just talks about multiplying a monomial times a polynomial, a binomial times a polynomial, and this one is just polynomials times polynomials, okay? But it's the same procedure no matter what you have. So I'm just going to do one example. For example, here, if I had this is a monomial times a trinomial, okay? So it doesn't matter. On this one, you know you would distribute. This you've seen before. You would distribute that 3. Negative 3 times x squared, you get negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times 5x gives you negative 15x. Negative 3 times negative 16 gives you a positive 18. So in that sense, it doesn't matter. This could be 3x. Again, you're still going to distribute, and you're just going to remember your product rules and power rules as far as exponents go. All right? But what if this was x minus 3 times this trinomial? Well, you're just basically going to take the first term, x, and distribute it to each term. And then you're going to take the last term here and you're going to distribute it out to each term. All right, so you're just distributing. That's all that is. This is the binomial. Now, but what if we had this? X squared plus x minus 3. Now we have a trinomial times a trinomial. It doesn't matter. You're going to take this first term times everything here. The second term times everything here. The third term times everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this one example and multiply this out. So if I was to take this first term here, which is x squared, right? That means x squared, make sure I'm within the camera, times everything. So I'm going to write this as x squared plus 5x minus 6. Now you're going to take the second term plus x times everything and the second trinomial. And you're going to take the last term, which is minus 3 times everything So now you've distributed. Now you're going to have to distribute again. Now you have a monomial times a trinomial, and you can go ahead and probably do this much in your head. You're going to take x squared times x squared. Remember, you add exponents, so you're going to get x to the 4th power, right? Then you're going to take x squared times 5x, which is going to give you 5x cubed. And then you're going to take x squared times negative 6, which is going to give you negative 6x squared. Now we're ready for the next one. Bring down our plus sign. We're going to distribute this x to this trinomial. So x times x squared is x cubed. X times 5x is 5x squared. And x times a negative 6 is a negative 6x. And now we're ready to distribute this. Remember, it is a negative 3. So you're going to take negative 3 times x squared and get negative 3x squared. And again, negative 3 times a positive 5x is going to give you a negative 15x. And a negative 3 times a negative 6, negative times a negative, is going to give me a positive 18. Once you've done that, remember we talked about if you have 3 times 3, you should end up with 9 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 terms because we took a trinomial times a trinomial. But always when you get done, you're always going to look again and say, is there any like terms that I can combine? So I'm looking at x to the 4th. Are there any other x to the 4ths? No. So I can bring this x to the 4th down. Right? Here I have x cubed right here, x cubed. Are there any other x cubed? Well, here's an x cubed. Are there any other x cubed? No. So 5x cubed plus 1x cubed gives me 6x cubed. Here I have an x squared, right? Are there any other x squared terms? similar terms. So here's an x squared, and here's an x squared. So negative 6x squared plus 5x squared, well, technically I'm going to subtract and get a negative 1x squared. And then negative 1x squared and a negative 3x squared is going to give me a negative 4x squared. Okay, so we're coming along here. We've already done these terms. Oh, here's a term we haven't done yet, right? This is an x to the first power. So I'm going to look for other x to the first power. Well, here's an x to the first power. So negative 6x minus 15x, so both are negative. So technically I'm going to add and keep the same sign, which is a negative. So I'm going to end up with a negative 21x. And then I have this remaining constant. There are no other constants, so I want to make sure to bring it down. So now, as you can see, we've ended up with x to the fourth plus 6x cubed minus 4x squared minus 21x plus 18, because I've combined these terms. I cannot combine anymore because these are not like terms, right? They have to have the same letter and the same exponents. And so that's basically just multiplying out. It doesn't matter whether it's a monomial times a polynomial, a binomial times a polynomial, or in this case, a trinomial times a trinomial. The process is the same. You're just going to end up distributing twice. And that's your quick review.